Hello class, happy week 7. I hope you all had a great weekend. I spent a lot of time in the sun, so I'm a little burnt and reverse raccoon looking here. But so yes, this is a big week. One, I will be incognito on Thursday and some of Friday because I'm going back to America. So I will be in Orlando for the end of this week and all of next week, and then I'll hit upstate New York. I think it's next Thursday after that. So just a heads up and let you know my travel schedule. This week we have a quiz. I had already emailed you a copy of it so you can get a heads up on the questions. You can work through some of them. Hopefully that helps. This week we're into chapter 10. It's a hypothesis testing with proportions. Not too difficult. This is a time in the class where the math gets a little tricky, but there's things with some syntax and PhStat2 and StatCrunch even that makes it very easy. There's no discussion this week, so you don't have to worry about that. So just focus in on the homework number 7 in MyStatLab and the quiz. On the homework, I went through it, and again, there's not a lot of math-based problems on it. I do know there's some helpful information here. For the survey of CEOs item, there's a video link below the video here that you can click on to see how that works. It's pretty easy. And then the next difficult item, I believe, it's 4 parts. It asks you to find the critical values for Z. Again, there's another video below that which shows you how to use the function syntax in Excel. And it's really just using the norms is and norms dish function. You just plug in the numbers for the probabilities and it'll give you those Z values. Not too hard. And then the next one is asked about a magazine looked at the success of CEOs with MBAs, and down below it asks you to find the confidence interval. I'm going to recommend StatCrunch for this one, and I can show you how to do it. Oh, it's really easy. If you go to click on Stat, then Proportion Stats, then One Sample with Summary Data. And you'll have to calculate the number of successes, and that's simply just the percentage they give you in the problem times the total sample to get that number. So you plug in that number, the total sample size, and then the confidence interval percent. And why I say use, you can use PhStat2, but it doesn't like to take decimals. So in my particular example, it's asked to calculate a 99.9% confidence interval. And the dialog box in PhStat won't let you do that. If you put in 99 and click run, it's close, but it's not close enough for MyStatLab purposes. So you can go in on the output and then change it there to 99.9. However, using StatCrunch, you can put in .999 or whatever your problem confidence interval is requesting. So just a heads up on that. And then make sure you put the interval, the upper and lower limits as percents, because that's what the problem is asking. So it'll come in as like 0.345, change that to 34.5%. And then, the tail end of that problem, part C, it asks you about the level of significance. To calculate that, all that is, you take 1 minus, in this case it was 99.9%, so 0.99. So 1 minus 0.99 divided by 2, and that's your significance level. So, and most likely it's going to be an upper tail or lower tail test depending on your questions asked. So, and then the last problem on here, number 10, it's an ugly probability question. And the easiest thing to do, in my opinion, is to view the example button so you can see the percents. I normally wouldn't have included that item, but I don't have control over these things, so that's my advice for that. So watch 2 videos. If you have problems with the confidence interval, let me know. Like I said, it's easy to do on StatCrunch, but also doable in PhStat2. So that's it. Let's have a great week, and I'll touch base with you guys towards the end of the week to let you know if I made it okay with 3 kids in tow, traveling across the globe. So, all right. Any questions, just ask.